My auntie, who compares me with a prostitute, has a 12-year-old girl who has different sizes of dildo. Story time. This is a typical example of don't throw a stone when you live in a glass house. Let's proceed. I'm from a very strict and conservative Christian family. I'm currently 18 years old while my younger sister is 16. We are regarded as the black sheep of the family because of how we dress and how we live our lives. And the good thing is my parents don't have a problem with how we live or how we dress because they trust us so much and they know they've instilled values in us. But there exists my dad's elder sister who always reprimand us and call us wayward. In fact, she could compare us with prostitutes. She doesn't like trousers, hair extensions, makeup, artificial nails. So she gets really mad and she disrespects me whenever I try them on. She even goes as far as saying that my mom did a terrible job in raising me and my sister. There was a time she slapped my younger sister because she tried a pink hairspray. Now, I recently made a discovery about her 12 to 13-year-old daughter and I don't know what to do. I usually visit my auntie every week or every 2 weeks to help her clean and cook. So this particular day, I went to her house and my youngest daughter was at home. This girl was really sick, so I made her food to eat and I gave her medication, then she slept off. After a while, I got bored, so I decided to look at my little cousin's phone to see if I would get any K-drama movie. I looked around, but I could not find her phone, so I decided to search through her drawers. That was where I found a huge dildo. This was so scary to me. My curiosity got the best of me, so I decided to search deeper. Then I found different types of sex toys, different sizes, and I also found lots of condom. I took pictures of them, but I was really scared. This even got me curious about the content on her phone. So I checked her and she wasn't deep asleep, so I asked her for her phone and her phone's password, which she gave me. Remember, she was sleeping but not deep asleep, so she took out the phone from under the pillow and gave it to me. When I checked her phone, all the applications on her phone were locked, so I decided to add my fingerprint so I could use my fingerprint to unlock all the apps on her phone. I mean, I already had the password. I was numb for 5 minutes when I saw the content on her WhatsApp and her hidden gallery. In summary, there were different videos of her trying different sex toys on. This girl was using different sizes of dildo on herself. She sent some of the videos to her friends and they also sent theirs to her. And that's not the crazy part. I saw a chat between her and a boy where the boy was commending her and telling her she did a good job with the threesome they had. So I just took pictures and videos of everything that I saw on her phone. I'm so surprised and disappointed in my auntie and her daughter. I expected better from her since she painted me and my sister badly, not knowing that she's raising a very badly behaved child. A 12-year-old who is already trying different dildos on. Auntie always acted like a saint and she called me a spoiled child. She called me wayward, compared me with a prostitute. Now her daughter is doing this. Who should I tell? My sister's son is molesting my 9-year-old daughter and there is nothing I can do about it. Story time. I'm a single mother of one daughter and my daughter currently lives with my parent. My elder sister's kids also live in the same place. Prior to that, my daughter was living with me in Delta State before I moved her to Lagos. And I moved her to Lagos this January. What actually happened was that I had a business that I was running and the business was going fine until I got scammed. When I got scammed, all my money went into it. Things became difficult. I could not even afford to pay rent. So I had to move my daughter back to my parents' place this January while I moved with them this June. I've been staying with my sister and it has not been easy. I'm guessing that the parent, the sister's children and her daughter now live together. Since I started staying with my sister, it has not been easy. And 3 days ago, my daughter told me she wanted to talk to me about something. She proceeded to tell me that my elder sister's son of 11 years old told her to pull her pants and he tried laying on her, which she refused. She even told this boy that she was going to tell me, her mother, about it, but this boy kept trying to force himself on her. Until this particular boy's younger sister, who happens to be my elder sister's daughter, came in and hit something on her brother before the boy stopped trying to molest my daughter. Note that this is not the first time this boy is trying this particular thing. He had done it to my daughter when she was 7 years old and now my daughter is 9 and he still tried the same thing. The first time it happened, I was not around. My sister knew about it, but my sister chose to hide it from me. It was my daughter who finally opened up to me back in that time and she said that my parent also flogged the hell out of that boy. Right now, the same thing has repeated itself. I don't know what to do and I've not even told my sister about it. My sister always takes things the wrong way and currently I am living in her house, so you know how difficult it is. Confronted her son and this boy apologized to me and he said it is never going to happen again. But I mean, this is not the first time this boy is doing something like this and I feel like I have failed as a mother. I mean, I don't say anything or do anything about it whenever my daughter tells me about this particular thing happening. Madam, you are very close to failure. My daughter trusted me to tell me about it, but I don't know what to do. Do you think I should tell my sister and do you think my sister is going to understand? Before I I give my opinion, you got better for you to fight a good cause. You're currently living in your parent and your sister's house. If you tell them what happened and you actually deal with that boy in their presence, they are not going to tell you to leave their house just because you dealt with the boy who was molesting your child. You're going to turn into one of the women who raise badly behaved men who feel like it is normal for them to objectify women, men who feel like sexualizing women is not a big deal. Then they go into the world and hurt innocent women. It is time for you people to curtail it before that boy grows into a hooligan. 11-year-old boy trying to sexually assault a girl. I mean, it makes no sense. Pick up now or your daughter is never going to trust you anymore because you're becoming a failure of a mother. To share your stories with me, send me an email at talktoperona@gmail.com. I found out my husband wanted to use me and the kids for rituals to join the rich people club. Story time. At this point, somebody needs to check my mental health because the stories I've been reading are crazy. Holy Spirit led me to this particular term called narcissism when I was in my lowest moment in marriage. And I spent 3 years studying the word and studying how to cope with a narcissistic man in marriage. And to be honest, it seemed to be working for me until I took in of my last child. And I found out that apart from dealing with his narcissistic tendencies, he also joined an occultic group or society in his place of work. He works in an oil company and this was for him to get promotion. He particularly wanted to use me and my newborn baby. So I ran away from this man in January 2023. I literally packed all my clothes, 3 kids, and a newborn baby, barely 3 months old. I ran from Port Harcourt to a city that I would not mention in this story. But ever since we left, it's been hell because this man has been insisting we return. I told him I wanted a divorce, but he refused. And unfortunately for me, the only backbone I had, which was my dad, passed away. My dad passed away in June. Now my husband has been after me and my kids. He doesn't send money for upkeep or the school fees of his children. My children are at home while their mates are in school. Recently, I heard from a very close source saying that my husband has been planning to kidnap my children, just like the way I kidnapped them under his roof. His family supports him since he's the richest in the family and he's the breadwinner. My family is nothing to write about because they are happy that I'm in this situation. They said I never helped them when I was married to a rich man and that I was proud. They did not know that my husband's money was his money. It was not our money. And I was only a rich wife to the society. I was living in abject misery in his house. My mom has refused for me to drop my children with her so I can go and hustle. She says she does not have the strength to take care of children. Yet I found out that she babysits my younger sister's children almost every day. I am currently hiding in an apartment that I got for myself and my children, but I don't have anything doing. I don't know what to do. Before I give my opinion, I want you ladies to know something. These are the things that we are trying to fight so hard for. And it's so unfortunate that we might be talking about an older woman here, but they are youths going through the same thing. You are a young girl, you have no savings, no investment, no plans whatsoever. You're currently depending on your boyfriend. If he doesn't give you money, you would not eat. Not just that, you are not aware of your health status. You don't know your body, you don't know your hygiene, you don't know the basic things you're supposed to know as a woman. Your relationship is completely in the ruins. You can't balance your relationship, your work life, and your finance. I mean, there's a lot going on, and I don't think you ladies are supposed to be making excuses of. If you're interested in helping this particular woman, you can send a DM to me because I don't know what to do. So share your stories with me, send me an email at talktoperona@gmail.com. If we're talking about being pretty when it comes to tribes, I don't think the Yorubas and the Igbos should be speaking when the Fulanis are speaking. Let me give you guys a little backstory of what happened to me. And I'm gonna say that this is not the first time something like that is happening. Normally, not everyone on this platform know that I'm a Yoruba girl. Everyone automatically assumes that I'm Igbo or Edo or Akwa Ibom or Calabar. Maybe because of my body type or my skin color. And I want to tell you guys that it's not the first time I'm experiencing such a thing. Like, I did not even start experiencing it on social media. While in school, I had a lecturer who heard my name was Jumoke and was like, no, he's gonna call me Ubong. And yes, he started calling me Ubong whenever he sees me. So I already accepted that. But here is the thing. When other people see me and they're like, what tribe are you? They always ask that question when they hear how I speak. And then I go, oh, I'm a Yoruba girl. And they look at me from head to toe and be like, how can you be Yoruba? You're too fine to be Yoruba. Yorubas are not built like that. I mean, it's a compliment, but it's a backhanded one. What do you mean the Yorubas are not fine like this? Please, I am trying to let you guys get the context of what happened to me. I'm not here to come and emphasize on how many people have complimented my beauty, because nobody in the world can make me feel as pretty as I make myself feel. So let's even get that out of the box. So people go, you're such a fine girl, you must be Igbo. And then I'm like, oh, I'm Yoruba. And immediately their expression changes. And they're like, how would you be Yoruba? You're too pretty to be a Yoruba girl. And then I'm like, what kind of comment is that? What do you mean I'm too pretty to be a Yoruba girl? But then again, I don't even really be taking that serious. I just smile and be like, oh, thank you, even though I know it's a backhanded comment. And then everyone keeps whatever it is they want to keep in their mind. The one that actually triggered me was when I went to get my lashes done. I walked in this place, this girl was telling me, Pearl, I mean, that's a girl that really knows me and she always see me come around. So she was like, you this fine girl, Sha. People don't go even believe say you be Yoruba. You look like an Igbo girl. And then I was just like, you don't start again, or like gist now. Then one other girl that was there was like, oh, she's Yoruba. And I was like, why do people always confuse me for an Igbo girl? Is it that you people always think that Yoruba girls are not fine? Remember, I said that before I responded. The girl first said, you are too fine. People will think you are Igbo. You don't look Yoruba. And I asked my question. Then this third girl that was sitting there was like, oh, you're Yoruba. And I'm like, yeah. And this girl looked me straight in the eyes and she said, Yoruba girls are not fine. You know that expression when you're like, somebody talking to me? And I was like, what do you mean? She said, yes, now Yoruba girls are not fine. Like, she was saying it so confidently. And I was like, so what does that make me? She said, oh, most Yoruba girls are not fine. You are just an exception. I was okay. Like, how are you gonna look me dead in my eyes? And you're gonna tell me that my entire tribe is ugly looking, and then you now think you can make me feel better by telling me that I am just an exception? Can you guys stop the frigging comparisons? Can you guys stop the unnecessary competition? I mean, it doesn't put food on your table. There was a girl I saw on TikTok the other day, a dark-skinned girl. Her name is Uche, because I actually paid attention to the name. I watched the video to the end. She was complaining that people always call her a Yoruba girl because she's dark-skinned and she's an Igbo girl. That's the same way people have these misconceptions of what you're supposed to look like based off your tribe. If you tell me that I'm just an exception, I have 3 sisters who are just like a repetition, like a copy and paste of me. So if you're gonna tell me that I'm just an exception, what happens to my sisters? Not to mention the number of cousins that I have. I mean, you guys can actually stop thinking that pretty girls belong to a particular tribe. Because if we're going to start talking about that, then the Fulanis should not even get started with us. And they are even the most quiet when it comes to this competition of beauty. I'm not even trying to compete with anybody. I don't even care if I'm pretty or not, or if you say I'm pretty or not, because I know what I look like. But you saying I'm too pretty to be a Yoruba girl is a backhanded comment. I know some of you are going to start hating in the comment section, and I really don't give it 2 fucks. If you find someone really attractive, you can learn to give your compliment without even attaching it to a tribe. Say I'm not fine. I don't need you to tell me that, because it's obviously a lie. Can you stop this tribal war? It's crazy.